Oh, hi there. Thank you for tuning in to a Very Awkward Baking Show. Just a little disclaimer before this next episode is that this episode that you're about to watch is from season 1, which was hosted on IGTV. So it's not the best format for YouTube. It's vertical, and I know that it's kind of annoying to watch, but I hope you'll watch it anyway. So yeah, enjoy the episode. Let me know what you think. And share it with your friends. I mean, obviously that's what we're all here to do. So thanks for watching and enjoy this very awkward episode of A Very Awkward Baking Show. How do I do endings? Yes? Enjoy! God. Hello! Welcome back to A Very Awkward Baking Show. I am your very awkward host, Nikki. This is our last episode of this season because apparently I'm running a TV show now. I thought I would do one episode and now we're here at episode 10 and it's a very exciting episode. First off, because we are making apple pie, aka the thing that I know how to make. It's the baked good that gave me the confidence to say, yeah, I can start a baking show. I know how to bake, obviously. Great. Okay, so this is a super special episode because I love making apple pie. It is my favorite thing to make, and not to toot my own horn or anything, but it's very good, my apple pies. So I do have the confidence of being able to make this correctly. So we'll see. Am I jinxing myself? Probably. But I want you all to see that I can do it. I can. And I'm not going to screw it up. I'm not going to forget any ingredients. And it's going to be fantastic because I have made apple pie so many times. We're using the recipe, again, another recipe from Back in the Day Bakery, these little cuties, because I have tried many apple pie recipe, like pie crust recipes, and this one, they're extra flaky pie crust. So you can see right there, extra flaky pie crust. It has been the best pie crust recipe that I have found. It rolls out really, really nicely, which I find that I've struggled with in the past, is just getting pie crust to roll out nicely and doesn't like crumble and stuff, and you can actually like pick this up. So they have a really good method of doing that, so I'm excited to show you. And what a perfect way to end this season than to make my favorite recipe, apple pie. I realized in the last 2 episodes that I keep forgetting to wear my apron. I've worn it for the confetti cupcakes and the bread, and I have not worn it since. So, and it's just been like hanging in my kitchen and I just keep forgetting to wear it for these episodes. So I'm gonna put it on today. Yeah, let's do that then. Ooh. Wait, what? Why are you, I untangled you. Why are you still? Okay, looking cute. Hello. Also, I put on lipstick today in honor of the last episode. No fancy dress or anything, but I got the lipstick on because this is the finale and you always gotta look nice for the finale, right? Ha! All right, let's read these ingredients for this apple pie with extra flaky pie crust. Butter, apple cider vinegar, vanilla extract, cinnamon, baking powder, salt, sugar, flour, and of course, apples. So I usually get about 8 apples per pie. So the recipe that I'm following here is just for the pie crust, and I've always kind of just made my own apple filling because it's not very hard. Oh, there is one thing. Actually, I did forget. Hold on. I forgot lemon juice as well is for the filling too. So there's all the ingredients there. Oh, and Jesus, I'm not doing very well. Hold on. Ice water. Some ice water. I think I made a pie in quarantine. I feel like that's probably something that I would do. But I mean, it's been so long. Who remembers anything before quarantine though? It's just been, yeah, no. Anyway, let's get started and stop being depressing. So, in a medium bowl, whisk together flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt. Great. know why I didn't do this in a bowl. I don't know why I'm doing it in this thing here. But that's okay. I'll just get flour literally all over the place. Whatever. So usually there is leftover pie crust with this when I make it. And I usually put it in the freezer. So if you ever make pie crust, you can put the leftovers in the freezer. And then, like, there's usually a decent amount of crust left over. So, yeah. So you can do that. And then you'll have pie crust for later. Or you can make turnovers. Or, I don't know. Yeah. Make anything you want. Alright, 2.5 cups of flour. Maybe I can put all this leftover flour back in the bag. Cool. Just swept the floor. Now there's flour everywhere. Neat. Alright, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Oh, Jesus. This salt comes out so fast. It's really not just flour anymore, but it's really anything different. So there's cold sticks of butter. I have to slice them into small cubes. The best part of this recipe is that I don't need a stand mixer. Because yeah, that was fun last time. We ate almost all the bagels. We just threw out 2 this morning because they got a lot of mold on them. Yeah, they also just weren't really that good. They were very dense. You can't win them all. They can't all be delicious winners. But if this pie doesn't turn out, I'm probably gonna cry. If I don't make it right, you're gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna be disappointed. You're gonna be like, you've been talking about making pie for literally like 3 months, and then you finally make it, and it turns out like garbage. But you know what, guys? Don't you worry. It's not gonna turn out like garbage because this is my specialty. I don't know what I'm saying. Yes. Also, I make a butter crust and not a shortening crust. I used to make shortening crusts because that's how my grandma did it. I remember having to tell her, Grandma, I have this really good recipe, but it uses butter instead of shortening. I was like, please don't be disappointed in me. So it's okay. She understood. She said, you know what? You can have good pie with butter as well. It's okay. So that was when I knew that I was accepted into the Pie Hall of Fame. Anyway. Alright. Tiny cubes. Yeah, so I bought the sticks of butter because it's just, honestly, it's just way easier to measure with sticks of butter instead of having to do butter math. Because you know what? I wanted this recipe to go right. And it will go right. Okay? Alright. Okay. We're all on the right page? Good. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, so I am tossing the butter cubes into the flour, using a pastry blender to cut the butter into the flour. See, I don't have a pastry blender. I've never had a pastry blender. I am not even 100% sure what a pastry blender is. And I have done this recipe, like I said, 1,000 times, and I've just always used my hands. And that's just the way to do it. So I'm just squeezing it in my hands with the flour, and we're having a good time. We are having a grand old time over here. Yeah, I've made pie just like one night, like after a stressful day where I'm just like, I'm bored. What should I do tonight? Oh, here, I'll make pie. Like, it's so easy to me. So I'm saying all of this and then, well, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'm sure you wish I had like a top-down camera, and maybe, you know what, in season 2, I'll figure out a way to do that. But as for right now, you're just gonna have to see the side of my body just working this butter mess. Yeah. So it's kind of like a coarse sand texture. There's like big pieces of butter still. So I just need to put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar into the ice water, mix it around a little bit. Alright, so now I'm going to drizzle about half the ice water into the dough. I'm just mixing the ice water into the shaggy dough. Shagadelic. Okay. Usually you have to add more ice water, but this looks like it's alright. So like, you guys can see this is kind of how it's holding together and staying into a little bump. So it's good to go. So this is where you don't want to put too much flour in your pie crust. With the bagels, I don't know how I could have avoided that because it got so sticky. But then again, the bagels were extremely dense, so I don't know. But anyway, it looks like just a pile of like flour right now. But it will come together, I promise. Forming it into a mound, I'm going to use the heel of my hand and I'm going to kind of just press it out like this. So I'm supposed to gather it back together with a bench scraper, but I don't have one. So I just use my hands and I just kind of fold it back onto itself so you can get some like nice layers in there. And then I'll repeat the process where I put it down with the heel of my hand. So what this does is it creates like the layers that you see in pie crust. And this is actually turning out pretty well so far. I haven't done anything to mess it up. Awesome. Cool. So now I cut this dough in half with my trusty knife. Because it's going to be the top and the bottom crust. I flatten it into a little disc because this will make it easier when I have to roll it later into the crusts. So now I have my 2 discs of dough, and these are going to be the top and the bottom crusts of the pie. Yeah, it's a pretty easy recipe. Everyone who's like, making dough is so hard. It's really, really not. It's very easy to do. It's kind of stiff. Just gonna like chill. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Alright, so I'm going to let that chill for a couple hours and I'll come back and we're gonna roll it and then we're gonna make the filling and we're gonna bake it. Easy as pie. Hooah! Anyway, probably the best joke of this whole episode, not gonna lie. Okay, bye. So it's been about 3 hours and we're going to roll out this dough and it's gonna be super fun. Alright, so I got my rolling pin, an actual tool that I do have. Like, I'm sure you guys are like, what? She's not using like a wine bottle or something? No, I came prepared. Like I said, I make pies often, so I need a trusty rolling pin to do that. Bam! Beautiful. You start with the rolling. So I'm going to try to roll them into a circle as much as possible. I find that it's definitely like the hardest part is actually just like putting them into a circle. Flour the rolling pin a little bit as well. There we go, but not too much flour. Not too much. We don't want this pie crust to be tough. We need it to be perfect. Yeah, so this show, I'm going to take a little hiatus until probably the fall, just so I can take a little refresh, maybe think of some more ideas, how I can elevate the show, you know? I just want to be famous, okay? You think I have what it takes to be famous? Just answer in the comments below. No, please don't. Please don't give me brutal honesty. I don't need that right now in my life, okay? I hope this is the best pie I've ever made. All my learnings from the show should apply to the pie. Boom, 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 bam. You know it, okay? We got this. I also have a glorious pie shell. It's got a pumpkin pie recipe in it, which I've never used because pumpkin pie is not like my favorite ever. I prefer apple, and it makes me look legit. So a good way to see if this is big enough, pretty standard, obvious, you just put that on top. And if it's bigger, then it's big enough. Bam! You didn't see that one coming, did you? Whew, whew, smart. Okay, I need to calm down. Because this dough is so strong, I can literally just pick it up and go like this. Ta-da! So I'm just gonna press it into the bottom and onto the sides so it like sticks a little bit. And then I'm gonna get a knife and I'm just gonna go around the edges and cut off any excess dough. Here is my the bottom crust of the pie. So I'm just going to plop this in the fridge because it's good to get like a super flaky pie crust to refrigerate it first. And so they kind of chill and then they'll be all flaky and tasty. While that cools, I'll do the apples. and I'll roll out the second sheet when the apples are done and in the pan, so I can just quickly like put it over top. Cool? Cool. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Just kidding, I'm not feeling, no. Okay, so now we're going to make the filling, which is the most delicious part, in my opinion, and the part that I know how to make the most, because I can do it from memory. So, there's that. Okay, so I have 8 golden delicious apples here, and I'm just going to basically peel all these and cut them up into little slices. Yeah, I use a knife to peel. I don't use a potato peeler or whatever. Haters gonna hate, right? And if you're like, what the heck is she doing? Then you have to check yourself, all right? I can't stand for it. This is the best way for me, and I've been talking way too long about this little bit right here, and I think it's time to stop, you know? I'm gonna turn the camera off while I do this so I don't say anything else stupid and dumb, and I'll just check in with you guys when all these are peeled, because you really don't want to see me just peeling apples for like 10 minutes. Why am I still speaking? I don't know. Okay, so that was nice because my camera got a little break and I didn't have to be the funniest person alive for 5 minutes. You know it. I have 8 beautifully peeled apples. Delicious. And now I'm gonna slice them. I'm gonna slice them and dice them. Get a little too excited about apples here. I don't know about you. Oh, again, what am I saying? Anyway, so yeah, just get them into like little slabs and then just cut them like this. So there's not really any like tried or true method. What the hell? What am I saying? I'm like really spacey. Which is great for a comedy show. Spacey. That'll be my review on Yelp. What am I saying? I'm just filling space. That's basically why I'm here. Just talking slowly, so this episode is longer. Oh my god. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry. Apples. That was weird. Hopefully in the fall, I will have a bigger and better show that you guys are going to be like, whoa, I was here when she did her first episode, Banana Muffins. Yeah, what was your favorite episode out of season 1? I would really like to know, and so I can try to emulate those episodes in the future. I have the apples, these delicious apples, and I'm just going to make the filling super quick, and then roll out the top of the dough, and then plop her in the oven, and bam, she's good to go. Woo-hoo. Okay, for the filling, I have lemon juice, vanilla, cinnamon, and a little bit of flour. And yeah, let's get this party a-rolling. A lot of apples. And then a lot of oh yeah, I need sugar. I was like, I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting one ingredient that seems very important, and it's sugar. We're gonna, can you imagine if I forgot the sugar in this recipe? And in the first recipe, I forgot sugar, and how awful this pie would taste if there was no sugar. So, you guys, I swear, whatever. Yeah, okay, so also you add sugar to this too, obviously, because it's friggin' pie. Jesus. I said I wouldn't forget any ingredients, but here we are forgetting literally the most important ingredient in this whole recipe. Do a nice little mixy mix. Let's do a little mixy mix up with the camera. Woohoo! Ooh. Ah. Mmm. This probably doesn't have enough stuff in it, because that's what usually happens. And then I just taste the apple and see, hey, is this sweet enough? Is this lemon juicy enough? No? Then I add more lemon juice and I add more sugar, because that's how baking should be. It should be like cooking. But heck no, it is not like cooking. There's a lot more measurements than I anticipated for many things. Alright. So it seems a little bit dry, but the juice from the apples is gonna like leak out, and we're gonna have a nice sloppy mess, and it's gonna be tasty. You'll have no idea. Also, the best thing in the world is apple pie filling just on its own, by the way. So if you have extra, just like lunch on that all day. It's very good. Mmm, delicious. Delicious. Yummy. So good. Yeah, that's the other thing is I don't really follow a recipe for baking the pie, which I probably should because the last few pies I've made have come out like not the greatest. But yeah, this is just what I do. If you have not realized that from this show is that I like to wing it a lot, and I don't like to read recipes, and I don't have any patience to learn new things. So you think in the 10 episodes that I've been doing this, I would have learned something, but in fact, I have not. So, joke's on you, corporate America. Oh God. Let's put these apples in. It's apples. So I'm gonna put this just like back in the fridge until I have the other half. And we're just gonna roll out the second piece of dough to make the top. And yeah, then we're done. And if you want a relatable baking show, you got it. You got it. And it'll be sad to end it for now. Just for now. Don't worry. Don't you worry. I like doing this show. You guys seem to like it, so I'm gonna continue doing it because I think it's fun and it fuels my vanity of looking at myself on camera. So, I mean, that makes me extremely happy. Whenever I go back to season 2, and like in between now and then I win the lottery, and then I move to an apartment with like a kitchen with an actual island, and I could be talking to you like this and rolling, and it'd be like, yeah, this is like how I make pie. And you're gonna be like, whoa, that girl is living rich and famous. Anyway. What am I saying? This is crazy. So yeah, like look how easy it is to handle this dough. It's amazing. I'm just gonna drape it. Cool. And I'm gonna do the same thing as I did before with the knife and just trim off any extra. And now the crimping. So sometimes I use a fork, but most of the time I just kind of use my thumb and just go around the edge. You're basically just like crimping the bottom layer to the top layer. So it has a nice little seal. And then it looks pretty. Alright. So that's a really pretty seam. Wow. So you have to poke some holes in the top as well to let the steam escape. Here is my pie. Yeah. All ready to be baked. And look at this beautiful outer rim. And the beautiful design on the top. Look at that baby. Doesn't it look amazing? Okay. So I'm gonna plop this guy in the oven. It's at 375 right now. So what I tend to do is I put it in for 375 for 15 minutes, and then I turn the heat down to 350 for 45 minutes. So it's in for a total of an hour. I don't know why I do this. I can't remember. I probably saw it in a recipe once. And that's kind of how it went. But, yeah, I'm excited. All right, let's put it in. Yes, I'm so excited. Whenever I make pie, the whole apartment smells like pie, and it's like my favorite thing ever. So I'm excited. But I'll see you guys in about an hour, and we can see how the pie turned out. My last thing of season 1. So exciting. Okay, I will see you guys in 1 hour. Okay. So it's been well over an hour. The pie was taking longer than I thought it would, but that's okay because it's ready. And it smells like pie in here, and it's delicious. Pie! Yummer. Look! Yum! Look at bubbles. That's how delicious it is. So, yeah, pie. We're gonna have some pie. We're gonna wait for it to cool a little bit first, but then we're gonna have some pie. And I'm very excited for this this pie. Look at it. It's like went off without a hitch. There was nothing that went wrong other than almost forgetting the sugar. But that's okay. Okay. It's pie time. Magical time. Ready? Ooh. Pie. I'm going to cut into it. I have this cool pie cutter thing that I got from my grandma, so I'm very excited. And yeah. Oh, it's a little small. And there's a lot of excess liquid, which I'm not sure why. But look. Oh. Ooh. Pie. So I'm going to make 2 pieces because Matt's going to have some too. Right, Matt? Told him not to talk. So. Yes. Yes. Gotta love that. Good old fashioned pie. Mm-mm. Just as expected. Cinnamony and flaky and delicious. Well, thanks for watching this last episode of season 1 of the Very Awkward Baking Show. I hope that you enjoyed the season and the baked goods and the laughs and the love, because I know that I did. And yeah, see you back in the fall for season 2, and we'll see what I do, because I don't know yet. I'm taking a little break, so pie for me. Okay, bye.